Magic users come in all shapes and sizes, from the young prodigies in training, the masters set out to battle, or even the reality warping kind. There is one magic user who we've followed for the last 6 years as they've gone through the aforementioned phases of mystical mastery, Wanda Maximoff. Today on How Strong Is, we will analyze her appearances in the world-famous MCU to find out how powerful is the Scarlet Witch. Seeing as Wanda's strength and power doesn't come from any sort of physical strength, we'll instead be looking at what her psionic powers have been able to accomplish over the years. From beams and blasts to shields and telekinetic lifts, her chaos magic will allow us to get a solid idea as to her strength levels. For starters, Wanda was seen in the climactic battle of Endgame, where she battled Thanos, we'll come back to that momentarily, and even aided Valkyrie by shifting a Leviathan off course with minimal effort. The giant space horn doesn't have a textbook weight, but other people have thrown numbers at it before. Inspiration for the series, Comic Books vs. the World, had put the Leviathan at roughly 3.2 million pounds. Me from 2017 put it at 24 million pounds. And Avengers co-writer Zach Penn, when asked about it on Twitter, said it was 3 million tons. Honestly, I don't think it's anywhere near 3 million tons, nor do I agree with my math from 4 years ago. Using a new method, I conclude that a Leviathan, with its armor included, should weigh around 9.7 million pounds. And if that feels too high for a lifting feat for Wanda, consider that in the Disney Plus series What If, zombie Wanda was able to go blow for blow against the Hulk. And if that doesn't do it, remember when Wanda lifted those giant buzzsaws in Infinity War? After getting off her ass, Wanda rolled up and raised these giant saws off the ground. Looking at them after they are scattered apart, we can use Wanda's actress, the infinitely attractive Elizabeth Olsen, as a reference. We find that the large saw should have a radius of 12.8 meters, with the smaller saw having a radius of 7.2. Additionally, the larger saw is roughly 8.5 meters thick, and the small one is about 5 meters thick. Putting those numbers through the equation for the volume of a cylinder and accounting for the fact that there are 5 large saws and 4 small saws, Wanda must have moved a combined weight of nearly 248 million pounds. Way more than 3, 9, or even 24 million pounds calculated for the Leviathan. While attack, potency, and defense aren't the same, seeing as her psionic powers grant her both, it wouldn't be terribly out of character to use what her shield has done to get more insight. When she was fighting Thanos, she forced him to call down blasts from his ships. The same blast that tore through ships and completely obliterated Leviathans only knocked Wanda over. Keep in mind, not even a charged up blast from Mjolnir or even the Mark 7 armor could bust through the armor of these Leviathans. Thor could summon storms large enough to cover New York City, something worth 862 kilotons of TNT. Not only that, but the Mark 6 could output 200 petawatts. That's over 47 megatons of TNT, nearly the same energy as the Tsar Bomba. And remember, neither of them came close to what these blasts were doing to the Leviathan. When Thanos arrived in Wakanda, the time to safely remove the Mind Stone was gone, with the only option left being complete destruction. Vision himself said Wanda was the only person fit for the job. This feat was calculated in the How Strong Is Thanos video and worked out to a roughly 8.1 teratons. I understand that these stones are incredibly powerful, but until I see another stone broken by something other than a different stone, we'll continue to use 8.1 teratons. But don't think Wanda peaks at the lower side of country level in power. She far exceeds those limits. Let's finally talk about when Wanda went up against the Purple Titan. Thanos is one tough mother effer. Tough enough to endure the brunt of the power released from a completed Infinity Gauntlet. As stated in that same Thanos video, people smarter than I have put this at an output of 760 teratons. That was something Thanos walked through. So for Wanda to put him on the spot, where he had to call in aid in order to get by, it must have been way more. Which makes sense considering Wanda was able to casually break Thanos' Uru sword. A similar feat only performed once by the goddess of death Hela when she destroyed Thor's hammer. Keep in mind, Hela herself considers the Casket of Ancient Winters to be weak. In her own video, we talked about how this device was said to be able to encase planets in ice, something that works out to 4,170 teratons of TNT, nearly enough energy to blast away multiple continents. That's all well and good, but we're overlooking the fact that Wanda isn't just that strong. She's a myth capable of spontaneous creation, with power that exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme, who is destined to destroy the world. Whew, that's a lot of exposition there, Agatha, but does any of that add up? Good question, me? Let's see if world-destroying power has been shown by the good doctor. When battling Thanos, Strange brought a 1.3 meter wide black hole with the mass of 72 Earths to a stop, a feat worth 31.9 exatons of TNT. See that moon out there? Well, you could kiss it goodbye if Doctor Strange was real. And power like that isn't only in the hands of Doctor Strange. As Captain Marvel has been said by Feige to be able to move moons. Courtesy of my homeboy, Mr. Versus, who you should check out, link in the description, he did the math, and using our moon's mass, while considering the escape velocity of our big blue Earth, this would require nearly 1.1 zetatons of TNT, aka 4,595 octilliondoules, enough energy to destroy a small planet. Don't forget that Doctor Strange's black hole feat was relatively casual, so it's likely his full potential is also within or even further beyond this range of power. And yes, I know Brie Larson said Captain Marvel can move planets, but no, hell no, I'm not giving her that credit. I'll call Captain Marvel planetary when I see her do it in Captain Marvel 2, and no sooner. While small planet level is impressive, Earth isn't a small planet. She's thick, so it doesn't match Wanda's destined world-destroying future. To be consistent though, I won't put Wanda's power at the 53 quadrillion megatons required to destroy Earth until proven later on. So, with all of that in mind, Wanda Maximoff is already the most powerful Avenger and is only getting closer to becoming more powerful than her high-flying, planet-protecting colleagues as her televised and cinematic appearances continue. Will we get to see this power in Spider-Man No Way Home? Maybe in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness? No matter where we see it, you can bet your bottom dollar that I'll be gripping my seat in excitement when I see the Scarlet Witch completely obliterate a planet.